I think he's in the perfect situation, in the perfect clubhouse to have guys say, we got your back, bro. Go out and play and do what you did last year.
We're gearing up for the 2025 season, going team by team. Now we've got the Phillies for you. So 4 storylines. We'll crack them right now. October offense. Hello. Phillies bats disappeared in back-to-back postseasons, including a super high chase rate in last year's NLDS. Andrew Painter's debut could be coming soon, maybe mid-season, July-ish. Alec Bohm is back in Philadelphia after many thought he would be traded. How's that going to look? And then the outfield upgrade. What is it enough to just go after Max Kepler? Did they need to switch things up a little bit more? So let's start, Kratz, with the storyline that stands out to me the most, because the Phillies clearly have been a really good regular season team, and they've done some pretty good things in the playoffs the last several years, but they can't get this club to go the distance. And when you look at the team on paper, I feel like it's the kind of team that 10 plus years from now, we're going to look at and be like, how the hell did that roster of players not win a World Series? So how can they figure this out come playoff time? Because we know they're going to make the playoffs.
I don't think it's as big of an issue as we make it out to be. We had Max Muncy on talking about, I think earlier this year, talking about how they needed to make changes going into the postseason. The reality is we were talking about Max Muncy's team kind of blowing it and not scoring runs for 2 or 3 games. You know, it's still a short series that they just lost this year. But going back to the last 2 games, the previous season in the NLCS, when they couldn't finish the Diamondbacks off, like, they had issues. They had issues. And the biggest thing for me is the chase rate. And that chase rate was at like 31.8% or something, it said. And that's really high. But it's also a product of a really small sample size. So do you believe that they just choke or they don't show up? Or do they just batter worse pitching during the season, and then when they face somebody good, they don't hit them well? And in the postseason, you're only facing the best pitchers. To me, I think it was a combination of both. I think something that they understand they need to make the adjustment to. But I also think, you know, what if a few of the games, the shadows were bad? Now all of a sudden you're taking 1 or 2 games and it's tough for either team to hit. They came out on the wrong end of it. They faced a hot Mets team. To me, I don't think there's as much to change. And maybe I'm a Phillies apologist for saying that, but I don't think it's as much as is made out that it is.
They got beat. They got beat. What else is there to say? They got beat.
Yeah, no, we want to know why. You were there.
They had a 3-1. They had a 3-1 lead against the Diamondbacks. Lost. Right. The Diamondbacks made a script flip when they started throwing them a lot of breaking balls. The Mets last year were just hot and they just lost. Now you can blame the layoff from them. You can blame whatever you want to blame for the Phillies' reason, but they didn't hit enough, obviously, and their pitching, other than Wheeler, wasn't great. Nola wasn't great. Now they played a division foe, so maybe they knew him, but their bullpen, they were counting on Hoffman and some of these other guys to come in and be who were really good for him in the regular season. Didn't get it done. Kerkering, Hoffman, all these guys didn't get it done. Estevez gave up the grand slam, right? The big grand slam to Lindor. He didn't get it done. So was it just familiarity because they played the Mets? I don't know. But the Mets were on fire when they played them after having beat the Brewers the way they beat them. They just rode that wave into Philadelphia. Wheeler went out and shoved game 1. You're like, oh, this could be a short series. Then the next 3 games, the Mets just outplayed them. Defensively, they played unbelievable. Nothing the Phillies could do there. But, you know, Schwarber didn't hit. Other than really Harper and Castellanos, the rest of the lineup did not hit at all. So they got to figure out a way to hit. Why? I don't know. But they just didn't hit. It was those 2 guys, and the rest of the lineup was not good.
So if they can't hit, let's get to the second storyline. Maybe they can amp up the run prevention even more with an even more dangerous starting rotation. And I think it's got the potential to do that. They acquired Jesus Luzardo, but also, in my mind, the top pitching prospect in the sport is Andrew Painter. It's him or Jackson Jobe. Jobe's obviously going to spend some time in the bigs with the Tigers too. They're both awesome. They're pretty different looking pitchers. But Painter is this tall glass of water with all kinds of command and control already. Good to, good with the glove too already. I've watched him make some nice defensive plays, on comebackers. What? I'm just saying, like,
I think it's That's 2 days. That's 2 days in a row.
That's one of the
AJ
dumbest
talked
things
about,
I've ever heard.
AJ, his face got me. Scott's talked about a really good defensive pitcher. Who cares? I think you said about Martin Perez. Who cares? That's not solidifying your defense.
Mark Burley.
So what? Mark Burley was really good because he threw 200 innings and he threw strikes for like 14 seasons. Could he field his position? Absolutely. He was great. A good field. AJ, tell me if I'm wrong, but a good fielding pitcher means like this much to me.
Yeah, nothing. He's nothing.
Okay, hold on.
It mattered more when there was bunting. Nobody bunts anymore, so what does it matter? Teams like, imagine John Lester was an awful fielding pitcher, but he was still pretty good, wasn't he?
Teams run. He holds runners well with his pickoff move. And then you guys didn't let me finish.
How do you know Andrew Painter holds runners well? We've never seen him pitch in a big league game.
Oh, sorry that I watched some minor league video and read scouting reports on baseballamerica.com. Upper 90s, 2 good breakers, developing a changeup that probably will work out for him because everything else he's developed has looked good. Sorry for laying out the scouting report. I will go back to my lair and just say Andrew Painter, good at ball. Kratz, go. When will we see him?
Andrew Painter is good, but Andrew Painter also already had one Tommy John.
So what? Right? So, I don't care about him in 2089. I care about him in 2025.
Yeah. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter for this year. We're talking about the 2025 season. To me, all that Scott was saying from Baseball America was something that I could see. I watched 7 innings of him pitching. It was all Arizona Fall League innings. He is a very athletic, very polished pitcher. Unlike a lot of guys that are getting called up now, guys who are just grunt and snort and throw the ball as hard as they can. He has the body that you would look at if you're a scout that you're like, whoa, that is a repeatable delivery with such a tall, long body. He has a frame that he can grow into. Again, it doesn't really matter much for 2025. But if he can continue his command that he has had in the minor leagues, he's going to be able to step into this rotation that's already legit, but is going to need some help. I mean, Jesus Luzardo didn't throw a lot of innings. You can't expect 200 innings from him like you're going to get from Wheeler and Nola and Ranger and Christopher Sanchez, like guys that'll throw over 160 innings. So you'll need him. And you know what? If he throws strikes, maybe you can slide him to the bullpen by September and October.
2 more to go. Bohm's bounce back. And do we feel good about the outfield? Let's start with Alec Bohm. Eric Kratz, did you think he was going to be traded? And how will he be with this club when his name was popping up in trade rumors? Motivation, chip on shoulder status, or things are awkward?
I mean, if you're motivated on top of having 97 RBIs and a 117 OPS plus with a down second half, yeah, there's some motivation. Being traded, whether I thought he was going to be traded or not, if he got traded, oh man, they would have gotten a haul because there's team control. There is the fact that he has improved on defense. And again, 97 stakes just doesn't grow on trees. I didn't see it. I didn't see all this like Philly talk about, oh man, everybody's moving here. Could he have gone in the Tucker deal? That would have been a monster trade. So yes, he could have. Does he bounce back? If the question is his maturity needed to get amped up a little bit, hey, you know what? Anytime you get put in your place, you got benched in the beginning of the playoffs. Like, that is probably more hurtful than trade speculations.
I think he's going to be fine. I think he goes back there and knowing what I know about the Phillies clubhouse, they will embrace him. They'll bring him in and they'll say, listen, dude, go shut all these people up talking about you like Eric Kratz and show them how good you can be and what you've done before. I mean, that's it. I think he'll be fine. I think he's in the perfect situation, in the perfect clubhouse to have guys say, we got your back, bro. Go out and play and do what you did last year.
And I would say the Phillies are probably the second most popular team among players when they talk about atmospheres they want to be around. Dodgers get number 1 in the power rankings right now. Someone on our show the other day said, hey, a lot of people would love to be with the Phillies too.
Jack Flaherty.
That's right. Jack Flaherty said it. Okay. last topic, last big storyline for the Phillies. They did a little work, a little maintenance, a little touch up on the outfield. Do we feel like they're in a good spot now, AJ? Do you like Max Kepler added to the mix here? I mean, this should be a nice ballpark for him to smash if he can stay on the field.
What's his position? I mean, what's his role going to be? Because you have, Castellanos, is Rojas going to play center field? Where's he going to play? Because he was not a great outfielder. He's a good outfielder, not a great outfielder. So I just want to see where he hits in this lineup. They've already, when does he get his playing time? How much does he get to play? Because he can be effective when healthy. I hate using the when healthy, but right now we have to, because Max Kepler, when he's good with the Twins and healthy, he was productive. He just had a lot of time that he missed, whether his fault or not, but I need to see him healthy. And if he is, he can definitely help these Phillies.
He's going to play left field, even though he's only played right field the last several years. I feel like he can handle it, but that's going to be the spot for him, right, Kratz? Because Schwarber clogs up the DH, and then Castellanos plays right, and then you've got left field Kepler, who should be fine, and then it's Rojas and Marsh handling center field. Do you feel good about that outfield mix? Because productivity-wise, in terms of WAR and defense and all that, it did not grade out well, the outfield last year.
No, it didn't. I think you have elite defense in center field if Rojas is your guy. I think this really all hinges on Brandon Marsh. What kind of leash are they going to give him? Will he get to face lefties more than 47 times? He had 47 plate appearances against lefties. So the answer is probably no. They're saying no, he can't do it. To me, I think they should let him, and I think he could slide over if Max Kepler starts to have a good year. He could slide over to center field and take care of some of that offense that Rojas doesn't give you necessarily. But then you bring Rojas in as a defensive replacement, kind of in the ilk of a 2014 Royals, a team I played on, bringing Gerard Dyson, that type of thing. We're getting into the weeds too much with it. To me, I think Max Kepler is a good pickup. They've tried right-handers out there. They've tried right-handed hitters other years. Now they might go with like a Marsh Kepler type of thing. And then Wes Wilson's also going to get some opportunities when they face lefty. So they're going to be fine. They're going to be good. Are they better? That's too hard to say.
Wes Wilson's going to have a hard time making this team with the way it's constructed right now, because where's he going to play? He's not playing the outfield above those other 5 guys you just named.
He's playing super utility bench.
Poor guys. Yeah, he's a right-handed bat off the bench.
Castellanos plays every day, right?
Costa plays every day.
So Kepler and Wes Wilson. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I feel like if you sign Max Kepler, he's got to play every day. Just my opinion.
Okay. So if that's the case, then I push Marsh out. But I don't know that Kepler can play center field, because then you're not playing. The issue is you're not playing Marsh against lefties. That's what happened last year.
Have Rojas.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
No, I hear you. But I think Wes Wilson, they feel like Wes Wilson will give them something more than because he's not playing first base. He's just that right-handed bat off the bench that I think they're going to give him some shots out and left, especially with what he did. He's killed it since he's been up there.
And they might have the best rotation in baseball. I would say Phillies, maybe Diamondbacks, depending on if things, look okay.
Mariners?
And obviously, oh, damn. There's some good rotations. Mariners and obviously the Dodgers have
Phillies,
sick rotation, but I just get worried about the innings there. All right. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the Phillies storylines. If you want more on the Phillies, we've got multiple episodes per week on the Phillies show. It's part of the Foul Territory Network. You can catch it wherever you get your podcasts. If you want to listen in the car, if you want to watch it, go to their YouTube channel. It's Todd Zalecki and Jim Salisbury, who are as dialed in on the team as anyone. And then Ruben Amaro, who ran the team at one point, the former GM and former player.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.